I'm sure most of you are aware that poaching, rhino poaching especially, is a tremendous problem in South Africa at the moment. Up to date, and this morning when we checked, we'd already lost 470 animals this year alone to poaching. Rhinos get poached for their horns based largely on a myth, the myth that it contains some sort of medicinal value, which it does not. Rhino horns closely, in terms of structure, linked to horse hooves. So if you believe that a horse's hoof contains some sort of medicinal value, well then, maybe that's why rhino horn would too. However, it's similar to our hair, to our nails, so really no medicinal value at all. There's also a small portion of the market that uses the rhino horn for ornamental purposes, and they are killing these animals wholesale to obtain as much of the horn as possible. So what we do, because we realize that people like you don't travel to places like the sands to see rhinos that have all been dehorned, which is one way in which you could prevent poachings from happening. But no one really wants to see the big 4.5, hey? It's pretty sad. All the rhinos have had to be dehorned. So what we wanted to do was to make the horn unattractive to poachers, to remove the value from it, in other words, and vest the value back in the live animal where it belongs. So the way we do this is by infusing under high pressure an indelible dye and a toxin into the horn. It's a toxin that's developed and formulated specifically for use on animals, so it's 100% safe to the rhino. But if a human were to ingest it or come into contact with it or inhale it in excessive quantities, it can certainly, at the very least, cause a great deal of discomfort. So what we do along with the infusion of the toxin is we infuse with an indelible dye. Indelible, as the name suggests, means indestructible. An indestructible dye, you can't get rid of it. It's the same kind of dye that we use in the cash and transit industry to stain stolen banknotes. And it's an organic compound that spreads out in the horn material over time. So I'm going to go around and show you what untreated horn material looks like, nice and white or grey, versus the treated horn material. So this horn, once the animal wakes up here, is now useless both for medicinal purposes and ornamental purposes. And hopefully the animal is a bit safer this afternoon than it was this morning. Along with the actual infusion, because we've got the animal down on the ground, we also do microchipping. So microchips go into both horns and into the animal itself, and some DNA samples that are stored in the National Rhino DNA database to assist with prosecutions. And there we go. That's it.